Hello, love beams. Welcome back. I have felt this big, intense moment of surrender. And I just felt like, you know what? We hear that word thrown around so many times, especially in the self spiritual journey, like the self help spiritual journey. Just surrender. Which, of course, sometimes surrender means, yeah, let go. Of course it does. That's what it means. But on the flip side of that, surrender also means allowing the outcome to be what it is. That is surrendering. That is letting go of your attachment or attachments, because we all have them. Even me, even someone that has been on a spiritual journey for years, 20, 30 years, longer. They all have attachments. We all go through it. We're human. We want to be loved. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to go after the things that we want in this life. But surrender does not always mean to give up. Surrender can mean to try something else. Surrender can mean to just be, to just allow what is meant to be. And what I mean by that is the attachment to how it's going to come to you or how you're going to make it through. Because you only see one way. When this life is limitless, this life is infinite, so of course there's more than one way. And maybe, just maybe, you don't see it yet. You're not allowing for the right people, the right places, the right things to come into your space in order for you to get there. And then on the flip side of surrender, it's going to be funny because I don't know anything about sports, but it's like you're running a marathon. And you have been training so hard to get under 2 hours or 2 hours and 15 minutes. And you have been training, and then all of a sudden, the week of the marathon, you sprain your ankle, and you can't even do it. And you know what? That is a moment of you pushing and pushing and pushing. And it took something so in your face, a sign that was, you could not avoid the sign, to get you to calm down, to get you to take care of yourself, to get you to realize that it's not about the race. It's about having fun while getting there. And maybe you training is a lot of fun, but are you eating right? Are you resting? Which, if you're like me, rest is really hard. If you're very productive, resting and taking care of yourself is really hard. It's a struggle. Or maybe you're studying for a test and you've taken that test 9 times. And each time you take that test, oh, can you tell that I'm emotional? And each time that you take that test, you still haven't made it through. But you know what? It's the first time that you've taken it seriously because you've surrendered. You've surrendered to, you know what? My life looked different then. I didn't have the support then. I didn't think I could do it then. And so you surrender in that you know it's going to be hard. You know that you have what it takes. And yet it doesn't matter the time that it takes to get there, because you'll get there. And it's like a basketball game. And I think I've only seen like one basketball game in my entire life besides high school. But it's like these men and women are so tired. Like they are sweaty, they probably got hurt. They're just like so tired at the very end of the game. And I think there's 4 quarters. And yet, instead of giving up, I'm tired, I'm sweaty, I need water, I sprained my finger. They push forward. They give it all they've got, and they've surrendered into I'm giving it all I'm giving it all I have, and no matter the outcome, I did my best. I gave it 100%. That is a form of surrender. And so I hear all of these people, all of these pages, all of these like quotes about surrender, and I just feel like there is this underlying wave of frequency that is giving up whenever I read it. And that could be my own perception, of course. Not every single person or page is like that. But I just pick up on surrender, allow what is, just let go. Which, yes, let go of your attachments, that is true. Let go of how long it takes. Let go of what it looks like. And really surrender to what that is for you. Like, surrender to being honest with yourself. Like, for instance, with me, honestly, I have not studied for this test until now. So yeah, the past 9 times that I've taken it, of course I didn't pass because I had never really taken it seriously. That's me surrendering. That's me surrendering to the fact that I'm honest with myself. And now I know the steps to move forward. If you're calling in love into your life, ask yourself, where am I being held back? Where am I holding myself back? And then surrender to that honesty. You don't have to answer that to anyone but yourself. Write it down, voice note it, but really sit with it. See what comes up. Because you might be surprised in that you've been doing this work and yet you're still actually not open. You're still afraid. Surrendering is a choice. It's a choice in trust. It's a choice in trusting yourself that you know what you want. You know that it's yours. And a trust in something greater than you. And that greater than you can be whatever name, whatever feeling, whatever frequency, but that's what it is, frequency. Atoms, particles, all arranged in a certain way to where we see it, or feel it, or understand it. So you have that choice. You have that choice to really allow yourself to go there, to allow yourself to dream big, to feel big, to know that you have what it takes, surrendering to, you know what, I might not have those skills right now, but I know I can do anything. And so I surrender to the fact that it's hard now and that it won't be at some point, and it'll be easy at some point. But it's okay. I'll just keep chugging along. I'll keep pushing along. And sometimes that's admitting that you need help. Surrendering to I can't handle it alone right now. Or sometimes that means leaving something that you know isn't helping you. Surrendering to, I need to choose me right now, and so I need to let this go. And that isn't really an easy choice to make, especially when you're attached. Because your ego, our ego, says, no, we can't. We need that. What are you doing? We've never not had that. Can we make it? That's something that you have to ask yourself. You sit with, does my life without this feel better in my body than my life with this? Only you can answer that. Only you can explore that. You can ask other people all you want, but you are the only one that knows you. You're the only one that can dig deep into yourself and really identify those feelings, those answers. Will it happen overnight? Maybe not. Maybe you need to surrender into a time frame. Surrender into it'll take as long as it takes. And maybe reflect on why a time frame is so prevalent for you. Because we have an infinite amount of time. If you really think about it, what is time? Who made it up? And why? Oh, that's right, because there really isn't. We made it up. And so every time I look at some of these like surrender and flow and love and light, beautiful rainbows, which I love rainbows, I love butterflies, all of those things, I sometimes laugh because surrender doesn't just mean give up. Surrender can mean give it your all. Surrender can mean doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks besides me. That's surrender. Sometimes that means canceling plans. Sometimes that means shifting. Sometimes that means you choosing to be the person with the habits that you said you're gonna be, that you want to be. You want to be a multi-million-dollar business boss, babe? Are you making the choices that that person would make? Do you even have a business? Or are you just hoping it happens through osmosis? I don't know. Sometimes our path is one that we realize isn't for us. And it's in those moments that we surrender to being honest, in recognizing that something needs to change. And so we change it. That's surrender. Surrendering to whatever truth comes forward. That's true surrender. Because with that truth, you know what you have to do next. And so that's why I came on here, because I just felt like it needed some clarity. Not only for everyone, but for myself. Because I sometimes am just like, I can't keep seeing surrender as giving up. Because it's not. It's so much more. And so with that, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, beautiful summer, winter, fall, whatever it is for you. Just surrender to what is.